Hey YouTube, this is Zach with Achilles Financial, and today, despite the fact that there are a million things going on that could be talked about, I'm going to continue to focus on stocks and the things that are directly affecting the stock market today. And while there are a lot of things going on in the United States politics, I will keep that information to political commentators. Today, what I want to focus on is a report that came out today based on Chinese stocks, in particular Tencent, as well as Alibaba.com that you see right here. What I'm looking at for those companies is the fact, and we can actually go straight to the report, that the US government is considering a ban on investing in companies like Alibaba and Tencent. This is following a statement earlier this week, which they changed and then changed back, of investing into three Chinese companies, which is China Telecom, China Mobile, and China Unicom, as well as, that's all of them. The reason that this has been a weird one is because right now the United States and China have been in this back and forth battle over who is controlling who in terms of the government and the individual companies, and is US data getting to China. The reason why I am somewhat concerned about this is because this basically gives the United States government to essentially say that at any point in time, a company could be outlawed, and that can be concerning as an investor. So one of the issues I do have with this particular article is it does say that they cite multiple anonymous sources, and I think that this could be overblown because if this were to happen, Tencent as well as Alibaba are two of the largest companies. And let's actually dive back to Robinhood just so that we can look at that. So these are some of the largest companies, not just in China, but in the overall by market cap in the world. And this is something that we're only looking at basically the US holdings here on the US stock exchange. So when you buy stocks in these companies, you're buying through something called an ADR. That is essentially just the corporate setup for how they can raise funding here in the United States. But you can even see that both Tencent and Alibaba are just massive here in the United States with these holdings, and they're even larger overseas. We saw some massive IPOs, and we have seen some meddling with Alibaba's Ant Group from an IPO perspective in Hong Kong. So what does this lead us to do? How does this leave you to invest? Because as you can see, based off of the performance today, that there is a lot of negative performance. Although I would highlight that for those of you who have been on the channel, NetEase actually went to an all-time high today. We are all for that. But as we're looking at these companies, how does that lead you to invest? And I would highlight for me personally that I am hesitant to build a position in more Chinese companies at this point in time. I do think that under a Biden administration, there is going to be a easier conversation and a more friendly dialogue about how companies raise money. And I think that the investments are going to be a little bit easier from a stock market perspective. And for that reason, I'm not as concerned. But as you can see, just from some of these companies that here on the screen, these are not small companies. They have the capability to move the market. And when you announce information like that, especially at the same time that there is political unrest, that the Chinese announcement actually came out at this point in time, and then everything else going on kind of fed into that. But a lot of this was based off of the China news. And I'm interested to see that go forward because there's a lot of companies that have that effect that gets matched up into these type of this information. You can see that with Nvidia right here. Again, they had a big sell-off throughout the day. Some of that is related to tech. And then you can also see that Tesla had the same type of effect because, again, the Chinese-US relations can be concerning. And so this is something to watch overnight. Watch how it develops. If you own positions in Chinese stocks, I think this is a good time to add to some of your winners outside of some of the ones that could be called back, such as AliBaba, such as a Tencent. So again, I don't think it's necessary to sell, but I anticipate that that relationship going forward is going to continue to be a little rocky. So just something to watch. This is just an update just because, again, there is a lot going on right now, and I do want to provide an update by way of stocks for something that did move the market today. So if you found this content helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you'd like to be a part of the dialogue where we talk about some of this, please check out the Discord in the description below. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.